Hello, my name's Roger Pace, and this video is about assembling and disassembling a BERETTA 686 Silver Pigeon. It comes out of the box with the fore end attached and the receiver. And to assemble the gun, we take off the fore end with this little lever, and then we have the barrels. When attaching the barrels to the receiver, the lever has to be to the right in the open position. So the lever in the open position. And then we carefully align the pins, the receiver, and it is tight. You can see that the lever is not releasing very well unless I snap it fairly hard. And that's where the lever rests, at about the 5 o'clock position. So it's still very, very tight. And I've shot about 200 or 300 rounds through it. And then the fore end goes into there and it clicks. And you can see that it's still tight, because this little lever juts out, and by manipulating the fore end it'll click in. When it loosens up, that will click in by itself. So that's the assembly of the BERETTA Silver Pigeon Sporter 12 gauge. It's got the 1 dot means bottom barrel fires first. It's got the selector on the safety. 2 dots means top barrel fires second. And it can be, of course, reversed. If you put it on 2, top will fire first and then the bottom barrel. So that's the assembly of the gun. Disassembling it and storing it is another little procedure. If I open the gun, you'll hear and you can feel how stiff it is. The ejectors will click, and the triggers are now empty gun. The triggers are now under pressure. So if I disassemble it now, and I take the fore end off and the barrels, release the lever, the firing pins will be under pressure. And in the BERETTA manual it says to use snap caps to release the firing pins. So for storing and disassembly, I put the 2 snap caps in, and put the 2 snap caps in, close the gun, and then it's on 1, so the bottom barrel will fire first. And I'll take the safety off, that'll help. And then if I put it on 2, second barrel will fire. So now the pressure is off the firing pins. Okay, so we want to disassemble the gun and we don't want to recock the pins. So if we take off the fore end, when we remove the barrels this time, the triggers won't set. See how hard it is to take the barrels off because they're so tight? And we remove the snap caps, and I'll put the barrel down there. And now on the receiver, the lever is to the right, and we don't want that for storage. And so there's a little pin just there. So if we move the lever a bit to the right, press the pin, the lever will go back to its central position and not be under any kind of pressure. So now the receiver can be stored away, and the firing pins aren't under any sort of pressure. It's not firing at all, and the safety is off. And when I store it, I always put the safety on. So we can store the receiver in the box, and then in order to fit into the box, we fit the fore end onto there. It clicks in nicely, and that's the fore end there. It's got a little bit of engraving there and a little bit on the side, and you can see some of the wood, and there's the fore end. There's the barrels, and now the gun can be put away. Nothing is under pressure, and that's the assembly and disassembly of a Beretta 686 series shotgun. I've seen on some websites where people say dry firing is fine, that it can be stored with the firing pins ready to fire, but the Beretta manual clearly says use snap caps to relieve the pressure on the firing pins and to push that button to get the lever back into the center position. And now the gun is ready to be put away, ready for use whenever I'm next on the range. I hope that video was useful, and thank you for watching.